My name is Miranda and today I am here to review Brooklyn, which is a movie based on a book set in a town that the Dodgers used to play in. So yeah. Brooklyn, if you haven't heard the story about it, is about a girl played by Saoirse Ronan, I think I'm saying that right, who moves from Ireland to America in like the 1940s, 50s, I'm not quite sure what era it is, and she leaves her whole family behind in Ireland and she has a really hard time adjusting until she meets this guy named Tony, who is an Italian immigrant living in America, and they begin a wondrous relationship until something terrible happens, which is a big spoiler, so I'm not going to say what it is. And Ailish, I think that's how you say your name, Ailish has to go back to Ireland and she meets this other guy in Ireland, and it's kind of her feeling these two poles toward her American life and her Irish life and which one she ultimately wants to end up with. Now right away, this might seem like a surprising movie for me to be interested in because this is like the epitome of love triangle. Like, it's not as bad as Twilight, but it's pretty much like from the trailer you know there's going to be a love triangle and you're just like, why? But I love Saoirse Ronan, so I really want to see the movie. I hate seeing the movies before I read the book usually, but in this case it was inevitable because I had a very short window to see the movie because it's kind of like only at certain theaters right now, so I had to go when I got off work and stuff like that, so I couldn't read the book beforehand. But at the same time, I'm glad because after reading the book, I loved the movie so much better. And I have to say the book, like, I don't know, it's not my particular taste. Like, I know a lot of people love it, but it's just not my particular style because I feel like it's like very descriptive in some aspects, and then like when you get the dialogue it's like nothing at all. Like, there won't be like description of how they said the words or their actions or anything like that. It's all mostly through Ailish's thoughts and what she's thinking of everyone, and I really didn't like Ailish that much in the book, honestly. She was kind of like a downer. I don't know what the word is, but like she found something wrong with everyone. Like, even Tony, who was freaking amazing in the movie, in the book she's like, ew, I didn't really like him that much. And like their whole relationship was weird because like you could see how much Tony was into her, but then like it didn't seem like she was really into him that much. And I think the movie rectified that in a great way because you could definitely see that Ailish loved him. I just think in both the book and the movie, Tony was like Tony was like Peeta, basically. Like, you have to imagine that, like, Ailish is Katniss and Tony is Peeta, and then like he's so loving and so caring and so mushy and gushy and I love you and everything, and Ailish is just like, calm the heck down, bro, like, we just met, this ain't happening. So overall I have to say I definitely enjoyed the movie more than the book because, like I said, the book I just didn't like Ailish that much. She felt like very mean-spirited at points, and like I said, she just never seemed happy with anything. I think the movie did a much better job of portraying her character, and also Saoirse Ronan did a much better of portraying her character because some of the stuff, like the way Ailish reacted in the book, I was like, this is not how I would want her to react at all, but then in the movie she reacted the way I wanted her to, and I was so much happier about it. It's funny though reading the book because some of the dialogue is directly lifted out of the book. A lot of the dialogue actually is lifted directly out of the book, but I have to say I like the dialogue better in the movie, even though it's like the same, because like I said, in the book it's not very descriptive. It's like they just say it and then it's just like that's it, and then they'll go into like a 2-page paragraph description on what's happening with the furniture. But in the movie you got to see like the interactions. Particularly I think the strongest two were with Tony and Ailish. You got to see like their relationship and how cute it was, and how like kind of like that new fumbling love, like kind of holding on to it in the honeymoon stage and everything like that, and then like when you get into the first fight and everything. And it was just a very nice, I feel like, portrayal of a relationship from like the beginning, the kind of like little like you're skirting around each other to ending up in such a happy, loving place. And it was really nice. But then I also liked the conversations that Ailish would have with her lodge members, her fellow Irish people, and then Patty, who was Felicity from Arrow, Emily Ricard. I freaked out when I saw her. I was like, yeah, she didn't have that big a part, but still, it was just very nice to see like their whole relationship and how like it grew and became like kind of this like sibling relationship, even though you think they didn't like each other at the beginning. It was very interesting. Tony was so cute. Like, I love Tony. I want a Tony in real life, aside from the thing where he said that he likes her when she's agreeable. I was like, that's kind of a sexist thing to say, Tony, so let's just skip that. But I feel like they did a good job of kind of covering over the problems I had with the book, in that they made Ailish seem a lot more into the relationship than she was in the book. In the book, she just seemed like she was doing it to do it, and in the movie, she seems like she really loves him and really cares for him. And I have to say, favorite character, hands down, in both the book and the movie was Tony's little brother. He was hysterical, let me just tell you. Like, I was laughing out loud, crying with tears down my face when he was talking in like any scene. And in the book, you get to see a little more of him and see kind of his relationship with Ailish. And it's a very awesome relationship. It's almost like a sibling relationship themselves. If you are worried about seeing this movie because of the romance, because of the love triangle, like I had hesitations about it. I mean, I saw it because I love the actors in it. If you have hesitations because of the romance aspect of it, you have to know that, like, the movie especially, it's not really about the romance. Like, the romance is central to who Ailish is and becomes, like, a part of her character, but really the overarching thing is Ailish trying to figure out who she wants to be. If she wants to be in Ireland, be kind of traditional in that small town where everyone knows each other, or be in America where she doesn't really know anyone, but she has these new opportunities to make these new friendships, to make these kind of different friendships than she would in Ireland. So it's really about the pull she has between Ireland and America, and those are just represented in male suitors that she has, one in Ireland and one in America, and that's kind of like her pull, which guy she wants to be with, which life she wants to live. So, I mean, yes, the relationship is a part of it. At the same time, just know that, like, the romance doesn't overshadow any of it, because at the end of the day, it is Ailish's choice who she wants to be with, and what kind of life she wants to lead, and what kind of, like, culture she wants to be a part of. So I have to say, it's really a story about her, like, discovering herself and coming into her own, and like a coming of age story, where it just happens to be that part of that is discovering who you want to spend the rest of your life with. So if you're worried about the romance overshadowing it, I wouldn't stop from seeing the movie just because of that, because there's so much more about it. I mean, it's just, you can still definitely enjoy the movie because the romance is not the central focus. It's Ailish. Ailish is leading this movie, and that's why Saoirse Ronan did such an amazing job with it, because she's definitely able to lead and carry this movie and make you feel sympathetic for this girl and not worry about who she's going to end up with all the time, because that is not the main focus. We'll save that for Bella Swan and Anastasia Steele. Thank you very much. So I really, really enjoyed the movie. The book, on the other hand, like I said, if you are like me and like it's not your cup of tea to read things where it's like basically tons of description and then like no really descriptions for the dialogue or anything like that, like minimal dialogue, then I'm gonna say the book's probably not for you. The other thing is Tony is in a lot less of the book than he is in the movie, because he only comes into the book about 100 pages, so then all the other characters that are associated with Tony obviously come afterwards. You do get to see like a couple more of their dates in the book is the only thing, like if you're interested in that, but at the same time I feel like their dates in the movie were definitely more fun to watch than reading the extra dates, just because I liked how they interacted with each other more in the movie. And I loved Tony in the movie, I loved Ailish in the movie, whereas in the book I was just kind of like about them. So I definitely recommend seeing the movie. I give it like 4.5 out of 5 stars, but the book I would have to give like 2.5, 3 stars, just because it's not my cup of tea, but there are definitely great reviews about it on Goodreads, so people are kind of either loving it or hating it or being ambivalent about it. But I definitely think you guys should watch the movie. Saoirse Ronan was just nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Drama for Brooklyn, so it's definitely going to be a movie that everyone's talking about. And I have to say I was highly pleased with the movie, if not the book, but the movie I will definitely be watching again. So if you have seen Brooklyn or read Brooklyn, please feel free to leave your thoughts about the movie and the book separately together, whatever you want, down below, so we can discuss it and talk about it. And if you thought Tony was as much of a cutie pie as I did, and Saoirse Ronan, I mean, I could see her paint a wall for like 2 hours in a movie, and I would love it, because she is so beautiful and she's such a great actress, and I love it. I think that is going to do it for this review, so thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and want to see more of my videos, and also subscribe to my channel down below to be told when I make all sorts of new videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!